Alright, what's up guys? Today I'm going to show you how to make your vocals go from
I just wanna see you cry
to sounding like
I just wanna see you cry, texting your phone like every night.
This vocal mix has been highly requested for a while now, and if you know me, I'm actually a big Funeral fan myself, so I wanted to make some presets that matched his personal vocal mix style. You can also get both of these presets on my site, akira3k.com. I'm selling vocal presets, master presets, and also bundles for people who are indecisive about how they want their vocals to sound and kind of want to test out different things. Alright, to load up the preset, all you have to do is go to one of your insert tracks, right click, go to File, and then open Mixer State. Alright, once you do that, you just want to double click the preset you're using, so we'll start off with the Funeral main preset. Once it's loaded in, all you have to do is go over to here, hit None, and then hit In 1. Now you can hear the preset is working perfectly, and you can hear all the effects on it. Alright, to start off the mix, I'm using Waves Tune. Everyone knows I love this. I recently switched from Entourage to this, and honestly, it's a lot better. It's a lot smoother too, and it stopped clipping in my recordings, which I really hated. For this one, I have the speed and note transition both set to 0.1, which is basically the most auto-tune possible. This is similar to if you had like 0 retune speed on Entourage, because although Funeral can sing, he tends to have a lot of auto-tune on his vocals, so we're using 0.1 for this. Next, I'm using a limiter. This is basically just starter compression. It also has a noise gate, so it cuts out background noise. So if you have like a fan or you have a window open, this will basically cut it out and make sure it sounds clean. Next, I have a Parametric EQ. This is pretty simple. This is just to cut out the low ends here and also cut out this one bass frequency that I don't like. So after, when I compress it, it'll sound really bright and mostly boost the high ends. Next, I'm using Fruity Compressor. This is pretty standard too. I have the ratio at 7, and basically this is just to make it punchy and make it loud enough, and when you put it right after the EQ, it'll sound really nice and also sound loud enough. Next, I have another EQ. This is essentially to cut out the low ends again and cut out some weird bass and low mid frequencies, and along with that, I make this mid frequency a little bit more quiet. This is essentially to cut out any weird frequencies in your vocals and make sure when you record, none of the weird frequencies stand out and make it sound weird. Next, I'm using Soundgoodizer as a Saturizer. I have this on the A setting, and it's set to about 1/4 of the way. Soundgoodizer is a pretty good stock Saturizer. I like it a lot. I typically use Soundgoodizer or Fresh Air for my own plugins. And yeah, this one's pretty simple. Next, I'm using Maximus as a de-esser. I have it set to a narrow band, and basically the point of this is to soften any harsh like S's or any high frequencies which may get too loud when you saturize them. I have it set to this because this sounds nicest with this mix, and yeah, that's about it. Next, I'm using Multiband Compressor. This has actually became one of my favorite plugins recently, mostly because of the amount of utility it offers. This essentially compresses different frequencies very accurately and makes sure that it sounds nice. After that, I'm just using reverb and delay. This is just to make the vocals more wide and make it more spacey and just make it sound nice. I am using Delay Bank for the delay. Fruity Delay Bank offers a really cool stereo effect for delay, which I really like, so I'm using it in this preset. Next, I have the Funeral layer, which is kind of similar, but it's also pretty different. I'm also using waves for this, and I also have the speed and note transition both set to 0.1 milliseconds. When you're dealing with background vocals that sound pretty spacey and kind of like wide, you don't really have to worry about having too much auto-tune, so doing something like this won't make your vocals sound bad. After that, I'm using Fruity Compressor again, but this compression is more soft than the last one, and this also basically makes sure that it sounds loud enough. After that, I just have basic EQs, cuts off the low ends, and this one also just cuts out these weird frequencies here. I'm also using Soundgoodizer, and I also have Fruity Chorus, which I set about 50% in the mixer. I'm using Fruity Chorus because I really like having a stereo effect on my background vocals, because when you have vocals layered, you don't want them all centered, because it'll kind of sound weird. So if you have them all spread out, this isn't just for hyperpop vocals, but it's also for mainstream vocals. You want all your vocals kind of spread out, so it just sounds more complete. Once again, I have reverb and delay. I'm using Reverb 2 and Delay Bank, just like the first preset. These are really optional to how you like it. You can kind of customize it however you want, but the main point is just to make it sound very spacey. Alright, now I'm going to show you a little demo song I made with both of the presets. For this one, I just have 2 layers, the main and the layer preset. For the main vocals, I connected it to the Funeral main preset, and it sounds like this.
I just wanna see you cry, texting your phone like every night.
So you can hear it has the reverb and the delay, and it sounds really nice and spacey, but also it sounds very punchy. So that's basically the sound we want to go for here. And for the background vocals, it's kind of the same thing, but in a higher pitch. I actually can't sing, surprisingly enough, so this preset really saves my vocals, so I can't play on its own, but when it's layered together, it sounds really nice. It sounds like this.
Texting your phone like every night. Please don't let this.
Alright, once you're done with all that, you want to export it and speed it up. If you don't know how to do this, I recently made a video on it, so go check that out. And yeah, once you're done with everything, it should sound like this.
I just wanna see you cry. Texting your phone like every night. Please don't let this be our goodbye. It's what it is, I don't wanna fight. I don't wanna fight you, you're so perfect. Looking at my actions, was it worth it? After all I did, do I deserve it? For the feelings I